to my world. Yeah, it just never ends.
Yeah, like being a teacher would suck. You're teaching the same old thing.
Things rarely change in math.
That's why I'd like to be a gym teacher. It would be so fun. You just get to like
Everyone's
teach
gonna hate
kids
it
how to
forever.
beat each other at things.
I don't know.
Well, I'm teaching you how to beat each other at math.
Yeah, but gym is fun.
No one
I love gym.
I like it.
You want a medal? I have a medal. You want a math medal?
I have a math medal. I want something to eat.
Ooh, it says just.
As a test, we should all bet, like we should all put in $1, and then whoever gets the highest score gets all the money.
I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
That's
That's gambling. You can't just gamble in
not
school.
gambling.
All right. So let's talk about solving equations.
It's just whoever's smartest.
It's a great idea, but it's gambling. You can't do that. Anyway, so here's what's going on. We are going to be solving equations with exponents and logs and things like that. There are some very simple properties that you are using to be able to do these. Now, one of the things that we're going to be doing is we're not writing all this junk out because that's a pain. Basically, you're going to solve an equation that has variables in your exponents. What you do is you get the same base, and if you can get them as the same base, the exponents fall. The reason that is because remember when we did some of the log-based stuff. Well, let's rewrite these that have a common base first. I'll just bring it to you there. If I want to get a common base between a 4 and an 8, what would it be? 2. How do you rewrite 4 as a base 2?
2 squared.
All right, so this becomes 2 to the 2 times 3x. And this becomes,
2 times 3.
okay. Now, notice I have the same base. Talking to me. In essence, what I'm doing in order to get these exponents to drop is I'm taking a log base 2 of both sides. You don't have to write this step out. When you have log base 2 of 2, what is it? It's 1. That's why it drops. Okay? Once you get the same base to both sides, your exponents have to equal each other because you can log base both sides. You don't have to write out the step that you're log basing. Okay? You wind up with 6x equals 3x plus 3.
X equals 1. I was
One of the things that people tend to screw up here, yes, I know most of you guys should get the answer here, is that when you use the distributed property, what are you going to forget to distribute to? The second one, and that happens all the time, so just be careful. You get 1. Okay? Like I said, should not be horrifically bad. Same idea. Nine to the 2x equals 3 to the x minus 6.
So you always have to multiply your, so that you get 9 with the 3 squared, you have to multiply the exponent divided by 1.
Yep, what you're doing. All you have to do is get a common base. Once you get the common base, your exponents are able to fall because the exponents have to be equal to each other because you can log base 3 on each side in this case.
So do you just really take?
Do I just what?
I was gonna say so. You just leave the 3.
Yeah, because now what happens, these exponents have to be the same, so if you log base 3 of both sides, it drops, and you wind up with 4x equals x minus 6.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. I was just confused on whether or not you had to do something with the 3 since it was already dropped.
They cancel out the base does.
I did 3 to the power of 1 just so.
I see what you did there.
But really, guys, do you want to bet on the test?
No, we're not betting on the test.
And then what can you always, if you guys bet amongst yourselves and just don't tell anybody, like me, it's fine.
It's
I'm gonna lie about my school.
not really betting. It's basically like
No, it is petty.
You know, when you get fines and stuff, you put it in the middle and have it land on people.
Oh, community
So you're
gas.
getting,
Yeah.
you're getting fined
Yeah.
if you're not smart.
Well, smart you.
Ergo, relax.
Isn't it better that time?
All right.
No, that does not motivate me. That motivates me to not put in the dollar.
You don't have to write it down. Because once you get, the rule is, once these bases are the same, those have to be the same. What I'm saying is that if you have log base 3 at both sides, it's the official way of why those come out. So that's, you don't need to write it. Okay. If you have log bases that are not going to be able to work on either side, what happens? You have a log base 3 on one side, log base 7 on the other. Can you do anything?
No.
No. Yes, ma'am.
No reaction. No one like 6 steps. When I was balancing the equation on the street, the numbers are number 1666.
2 to the x equals 7.
No solution.
How do you get the x to fall?
No.
Wait.
You do.
Oh, you have to multiply each side by.
Do you just multiply them?
Think about your property. What were we doing on the other side to get the exponent to drop?
We were logging it.
We were logging it. So I was taking the log base 2 of this side. And if I take the log base 2 of this side, what do I have to do to that side?
Why?
So X.
Oh, so you just get x equals log base 2, 7.
There you go.
Oh.
And what is that?
Where is that exactly? Hit alpha window. Number 5.
You took your head sideways.
I can't do that.
Every week.
In order to get an exponent to drop, guys, in order to get the exponent to drop, remember when you had log base b of b to the x, since these were the same, it equaled x.
Yes.
The same thing.
That makes sense.
Alpha window number 5, log base 2 of 7 gives me a chromie decimal of 2.81.
Oh, nice.
My standard rule is to go 2 decimal places. Okay?
So you want us to give that, approximate.
Yes, please. Okay?
Hold on. Don't sign
Just don't lie.
All right, let's do another one. Make it a little more complex. We got 10 to the 2x minus 3 plus 4 equals 21. You got to solve for x, which means you have to do multiple steps. What do you think the first thing is you're going to do? Subtract the 4.
Equals 17.
So take log base 10.
Yep. You don't have to say base 10, but if you want, that's fine. So all you're doing is taking the log of both sides. Now you get this. 2x minus 3 equals the log of 17.
So it's
Add
add
three,
everything
divide
log 10, 17 plus the over 2.
Yep.
Whoa, okay, but.
You can actually
Hold on. Let me, guys, just let me go through this, okay? In order to solve for x here, you have to add 3 divided by 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So x can equal the log of 17 plus 3 all over 2. Now, take a look at your calculator. Do you have to press base 10 on this one, or do you just press log? Once you press the button that says log in your calculator, what is the thing that opens up right away? Parentheses. What do you have to close after you type in 17? Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you do.
Oh, if you do the plus 3, you do.
Well, yeah. So it's log 17, close the parenthesis, plus 3, enter. Divided by 2, enter.
2.115.
Oh, who sits here? They lost the script.
2.12.
Good.
17. What's sig fig? I don't need your stinking sig figs in here.
Oh,
Okay.
dang it.
Yeah, no, seriously. I know people have asked us before about sig figs. I honestly don't even remember what that means.
Good. Like, alright, are we just going to 2 decimal places?
Yes, please.
Alright. You are an
Yes, sir.
I got different answers.
Get it close in parentheses.
Or did you get like a 2.7, 2.73? Oh. If you hit enter too many times.
You can't have, it's not 17 plus 3. 17 close in parentheses plus 3. Because it's the log of 17 plus 3. Okay? What you did there is log of 20.
Yeah.
All right? That's about as messy as sometimes these, sir, as a lot of these things get. They're really not that difficult.
Okay.
I can deal with this. This is A-okay. Oh. Guess we're just getting math again. What whites off is he like?
You get
math.
Oh boy,
It's like,
Wow. It's like fun. I
that
love
your
math
brother?
too.
he's so cute.
Allie, you know what I can't get out of my head? What?
Sorry.
I hate that song so much.
What? That's my favorite song. I hate all of it.
Wait, what's that? Sing out
You don't know. It's so exciting. Don't we? Are we required to go on that field? Because there's like follow like Sherry went this guy worked and made everyone have an excuse after.
That's very cool. What do you do first?
String day?
You raise 10 to the next one.
String day.
Do you need to do that?
Yeah, you need to.
Why?
What's that?
Does it matter? That's no difference at all. Log it. You're using your calculator. Christian, while I admit I appreciate your attention to the fraction there, it's not a big deal. You're using your calculator. Press the button.
Just press the button.
Press it real good. Do, 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 do. I love that commercial. Isn't it 1?
It's 1.
Oh, wow, that worked out really well.
Because what's 3 minus 4? What's 10 to the negative 1?
Well, there's 7.1.
Oh, there's one because it's like 110.
Oh, wait.
It's like you're right, like it is like 1/7.
No, if you do the voice.
Also works the same if we have to, if we have logs on both sides. When we have a log, the same base on both sides, we are exponentiating. I know, I am making up words as we go, but exponentiating is a real word. You want to know why? Because it's in the next slide. It's somewhere. As long as you have this log, if you have the same base of logs on both sides of the equation, what you can do is raise it so it becomes 3 to the log base 3. Therefore, they cancel out. Yes, sir.
Wait, I'm confused. What'd you do?
What I'm doing here is, do you agree that these have the same base on both sides?
Yes.
Okay. Since they have the same base on both sides, if you were to go 3 to the log base 3 of this undoes it and allows this just to fall.
So we don't have to put that part in.
So it's like,
No.
So it's like 3 to the power of log base 3.
Correct. And that's what that means. We're in essence, what we're doing is exponentiating the problem. And once you get the same base on both sides, 7 equals each other, you're done. Yes, ma'am.
So for that one, all it is just the like stuff in the parentheses that equal to them.
Uh-huh.
It looks like that.
Yeah. As long as you're same base, you're okay.
What if on one, what if it wasn't the same base?
Can't do it.
Yeah, I think that we.
You can't do it.
Then what you did, you just write not possible.
Correct. I mean, you can break things apart, you might be able to, but more often than not, you're not going to be able to.
Alright, great.
X is 2. Once again, double check your answers, guys. It only takes a second. What's 5 times 2?
10.
Minus 1.
9.
What's 2 plus 7?
9.
Are the things in parentheses the same?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So I subtracted the ones.
You got it, Sean.
Okay.
Shame. Okay, let's try this one. Oops. Where did it go?
No, wait, you don't understand. It's literally a different one.
Take a look at this.
I just look at I like it.
What?
Wait, do you just look at x was 2 equals x squared?
Yeah.
And then you get, oh, then you can look after.
Oh, man, I hate it how it always ends up going back to
Wait.
X and -2.
Wow, and those words.
X.
Trust yourself, you might know what you're doing.
And then you just check your restraining solutions.
Times X plus 1.
But they both work.
So you get 2 and -1.
Oh,
They
never
both
mind.
work.
That's crazy.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! That's crazy. This is just math.
X minus.
I thought I died for a second.
I did get you really well on that one. What times what's -2 you add together get -1?
Negative 2 and 1.
How
Yeah.
does it work related to?
Oh, good one, Hannah.
You get two possible solutions, which means you always want to double check, make sure they both work. What's 2 plus 2?
4.
Plus 2 squared.
4.
Is that the same?
Yes.
What's -1 plus 2?
1.
What's -1 squared? Are those the same?
Yeah.
Do they both work?
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeehaw.
Jester's dead. Jester's dead. That's a line from a movie. Would you please watch Top Gun? Because he blew up. No, he wasn't dead because he blew apart. But besides the point.
I don't remember that line.
These are getting boring. I don't think I need to do them. Yeah. Hey, look what that word says.
Exponentiating.
I told you it was a real word.
But it wasn't on the next slide, see?
Wait a minute, what's that?
Exponentiating is the same basic principle. What we're trying to do here is when you have a log on one side and a numerical value on the other that does not have the log, what you're going to do is use your calculator to exponentiate it. How? It's funny you ask. I'll be more than happy to show you.
Really?
Maybe.
Probably not.
This is log base 5 of something.
Right.
How do I get rid of, how do I unfreeze the something?
Do you put a log base on?
I put a log base 5 here.
Oh, that's fine.
So it's 5 to the log base 5. Okay? These undo each other, which means I get 3x plus 1. Now, I exponentiated the one side, so I have to do the other side, so I have 5 squared, which is
25.
very good.
Wait, you just
This is great.
Nothing. Nope. Because what you're doing here is you're turning that logarithm into an exponent by putting the same base. Since it's log base 5, I'm going to make a base 5 to the log base 5. Those exponents drop out.
Alright, it's just something we've never done before because we added and subtracted.
This is so fun.
Or exactly, you want to exponent because we never like added base.
Okay? And then you just put it, your answer might be an 8. Yes, ma'am? No, log 5 is not the fifth root. It's working with exponent. Log is just an exponent. It's just a weird exponent. All it is.
Okay, let's double check.
Okay? That's all it is. Do you guys get an 8?
Yeah.
Yes, boy.
Log base 2 of something is -1.
X.
1/2, so we got 2, negative 2 behind. Did you get?
That's really
Remember, 2 to what power is -1? Well, 2 to the negative 1/2 is,
You mean
sorry, 2 to the negative
Yeah, we
1/5.
understood.
Sooner or later. If I raise this as an exponentiated it, x equals 1/2. Because think about the rule of log here.
I understand.
Log base 2 of x equals -1. That's when we say 2 to the negative 1 is x.
Oh. Fire.
Yes. Then we're making them into the okay?
You may not. If you ain't in ours, do that one.
I've been logging exponents since the beginning.
You know, that was almost good.
It is.
I don't hate like.
Also known as
Oh man. I don't think I did this right. Are you okay? I got this. It's okay. It's alright.
I got something.
Do you end up with a really large one? Wait a second. Aha. Oh, those
Plus or minus.
What was your first step?
Subtract 15.
So you had 2 log base 2 of x, 16. Then what?
I made it so it was x squared.
No, divide by 2.
Okay, that's fine.
It's easy. I don't understand. Why?
What?
Because it's 2 times the log.
That's true. That's very true.
X equals.
He is married now.
We had to read 6, I believe.
Oh my god.
I mean, the way I did it worked too.
Because 2 to the 6th is 64. Double it, 128. Double it, you get 2 to the 6th.
I know that because you gave 20.
Very good. Wait, what? You had it, then you gotta fix it.
Oh, it's just 2 to 8. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was.
There you go, like.
I like
Anyway, it's more important.
No, it's 2 to the log base 2 of x. 2 to the log base 2 undoes itself. That's why x false. Okay. All right, let's get weird. Let's see what we can.
How do you say fractions in Spanish? Fracciones?
Es posible.
Oh, it sounds familiar, like fracciones.
I think that is. Sounds good.
There's a little like
Take a look at this one. We have 2/3 e to the 4x plus 1/3 equals 4.
E.
Now, a couple things we can do real quick to make our lives just a little bit easier. Let's get rid of the fraction. What can you multiply everything by?
3.
yeah.
If I multiply everything by 3, we get 2 e to the 4x plus 1 equals 12. We okay with that? Is everybody okay? I just make sure. Are we okay with that?
We can do that.
Oh yeah, as long as there's an equal sign, you can do it both sides. That's what we're doing. Okay. Now here, subtract 1. You agree?
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, no, you need to go back up.
All I did.
No, it's just a problem.
It's just a problem.
Maybe if you weren't taught
Now what do you do?
Divide by 2.
Divide by 2, okay?
Stop. I swear I'm not important.
How do we undo E?
You log of
Log of E. What is log of E?
I don't know.
Very good.
What is it?
Log of E. See, at this point is when you guys would write out, I gotta take that log base E of E. Log base E is natural log. So we just write the natural log of both sides. 4x is the natural log of 11 over 2.
That's enough.
So how do you, I always forget. 11.5.
How do you solve natural log? Just like this. Natural log.
So you have to use it.
Thank you. I know, I broke a sweat. Woo! So underneath the log.
So then you divide that by 4.
Yep,
So you get 0.43.
sure. There's your answer.
I got point.
Wait, so is it 4x?
Yes, 4x is going to equal your natural log of 11 halves.
Yeah.
So x will wind up equaling 1/4 natural log of 11 over 2.
I feel like you already said this, but when there's no base for natural log, is it 10 also?
No, natural log is log base E.
Why is it considered
You
natural?
were the one that was talking about
Yeah, I
that.
know. I forgot.
So, they just call that natural log, that's all. What was that, Clara? Sorry?
I said, why is it called natural log?
Don't know. I wasn't there when they came up names.
And why is it LN instead of NL? It's
Oh.
like,
Because it's easier to write.
L comes before N before N?
I don't know, if you're an
Log
X,
of
why?
Because I keep writing it NL and then it's just like going.
What's the National League? You're in the wrong sport. What's that?
Why is that?
I don't know. The Greeks, alpha, beta, gamma,
Yeah.
kappa.
Why is that really
Yes, I've said yes 17 times.
said it twice.
I'm not good with numbers. I'm done with you. How do you think you would undo natural log? I want to make sure you saw that. Sorry, I'm listening to this now. Yeah, you can do a couple of different ways. I just wrote it out. You can type it in that way, or if you type in natural log 11 over 2, hit enter, then just divide by 4. You're going to get the same result.
Let me ask you.
We just have to do 7 minutes twice.
Where's the other one I wanted to do?
We just have to do 4 minutes and then 5 minutes 2 times. I always think like.
All right, what are we going to do now?
Nothing.
Yes, we are. 1 minus 2 times natural log of x equals negative 4.
Subtract 1 and divide by
0 squared is 0.
Negative 2 natural log of x is negative 5. Okay?
Divided by negative 2.
Okay.
Natural log of X equals 5/2.
All right, so natural log of x is 5 over 2. Now, again, this is where you have to remember what is natural log. Natural log is log base E.
So you do
Okay.
it to ease.
You E it. You exponentiate it with E.
Which you do. Wait, what?
So it's just to be
So
equal
each
to
of 5.
E to the 5 halves. Remember, natural log is log base E.
Can we just leave it as e to the 5 halves? Do you want us to actually do it?
It's 12.3.
They'll probably tell you.
I got 12.
2 decimals.
Okay. And those 2 decimals are?
12.3.
12.18. Actually, I don't know.
Wait, why did I do that? 12.18.
It is 12.18.
I was thinking of the 2. I don't know what happened. I can't. I can't do it.
Stop thinking.
Don't worry, 4 minutes 3 times.
12.28.
It's just hard to focus.
Log of 5x plus log of quantity x minus 1 equals 2. Now, in this case, what's different as opposed to everything else that we've looked at?
There's two different.
There's multiplication, yes, but there's 2 logs.
Yeah.
Therefore, which is making it to be a multiplication.
So
What you're going to wind up having to do here is you're going to want to condense before you do anything. You only want to have 1 log on one side, or 1 log on both sides, on each separate side. Yes, ma'am.
So wait, when you condense that though, does that make it log and then 5x times x minus x?
It's exactly what it makes it.
So that's gonna be 5x squared minus 5.
Good. So does everybody agree that you get log 5x squared minus 5x?
Yes.
Okay. What am I going to have to do to get rid of that log?
Oh, multiply.
You go to 10 squared on the other side.
You have to make it a 10 to exponentiate it. We're okay with that?
Yeah.
So I'm going to put a 10 out here and a 10 here. So I get 5x squared minus 5x equals 100. Everybody all right with that?
Yeah.
All right. Bring the 100 over.
Never all right with
What was that?
5.
Perfect. And why are you taking out a 5?
that. Raise common factor.
Does that 5 have anything to do with this problem anymore?
No.
Why?
Because it equals
Because it equals 0?
by
And
5.
I can divide it by 5. Very good. So that means you have x minus 5. So your 2 possible solutions are at 5 and negative 4. What should you do with your solutions? Check. So we go back, you always, always, always go back to your original, not to a condensed form. The reason is, take a look, if I use the negative 4, I get log of negative 20. That doesn't work. You can't take the log of a negative. Negative 4 doesn't work, and the reason.
Oh, yeah, I thought you wrote mine.
Now, if you used it in the condensed form, the negative would have gone away. That's why you always go back to your original. Probably remember that from algebra when you first learned how to do something. You always check it from the original. Same thing goes here with logs. So
which one does it work for?
the negative 4 doesn't work. And I don't want you guys to throw out negatives every time you see them, because it's not always the negative that doesn't work. It's, it could be either.
Like over there, it's x minus 1 and plus 5.
Exactly. That's exactly right. It is completely possible that it could have been some other value. So just always go back to your original equation and double check it and go from there. Okay?
Is there some rule about like log of x minus 1? Could it not be 1 because it was negative 0? Or
Well, what's log of 0? 1.
I just realized that.
I didn't hear you. What's that?
It was saying 0.
This is a problem. So this is what, 8.6? Oh, okay, it says.
And then tomorrow we can start review.
Yeah, we're just going to go through a bunch of this stuff.
I was like, oh my god. But I mean, just realized that you did not have a good job.
All right, try those out. You should be pleasantly surprised that it is relatively easy. Okay?
Can you put it up on the? Hold on a second. I can just use your guys'.
So many issues with this. Can I please let children write things down?
Oh, gosh.
It's not all about you.
Like, thinking
There's
of-
other people in
Do you
this room.
consider us?
No.
It's not a flex for
I know this is your bubble.
Yeah. My mixtape? Oh, my mixtape is fire.
Do you seriously have a mixtape?
I don't hear it. 3 songs, man.
What are they called?
Isn't that called a single, with just 3 songs?
Well, I hope
Play
mixtape.
the one, I want to play the one that you sent to Elijah.
Oh, I
I thought it was an EP.
Oh, I think you're right. EPs are like 3 or 4 songs.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's like
No idea what you're
extra.
talking about.
It's actually like.
What are your songs?